Fire Princess Reviews. I'm Fire Princess Lily here to talk to you about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd things. It's also the second video of the night. So if my clothes look the same from the last video that hopefully you clicked over from, I hope you're watching that video about Zombieland Saga. I love that show. Yeah, I'm recording 2 videos tonight, and so that means I look exactly the same. YouTube. But I probably look the same in every episode, just with like a different shirt, so whatever. It's Tuesday! That means it's Who Day. So welcome to another review of a Doctor Who episode, as we do every Tuesday here on the channel. Of course, once the season's over, we'll figure something else out to do. But for now, Tuesday is Who Day. We love it. If you haven't watched the latest episode of Doctor Who, which is titled Kerblam, I love it. Definitely watch that before watching this, because we are going to go over some stuff. I take notes. A lot of notes. 5 pages of notes. So, it's a lot. So, let's get into it. Title of the episode, as mentioned, is Kerblam. We are traveling through space and time with the Doctor and the TARDIS, and things are crashing and smashing about because there's still new controls to the Doctor, and she's getting used to them. They're being chased by a light in the time stream, which is super weird. Like, it is just tailing the crap out of them. And it turns out it's a teleport pulse. And she's like, so she kind of, I guess, slows down the TARDIS because it catches up with them. And it turns out it's the Kerblam Man, a robot delivery service. And it has a package for the Doctor. It delivers the package. It's super, like, the Kerblam Man is super creepy looking. Like, dislike. No likey. But it's packaged, delivers to the Doctor opens it, and it's a fez! Which, it seems like, I mean, the Doctor hasn't worn a fez in a while. She wears one in this episode, which is absolutely, she looks charming in it. It's great. I love it. Super charming in a fez. Along with the fez, of course, is the shipping manifesto. The Kerblam Man, disappears. He's got other packages to deliver, I suppose. But on the shipping manifesto is just a note. It says, "Help me." And now the Doctor has a mission. She needs to help somebody. Ryan doesn't want to because it's a random fucking ass message, from anywhere in time and space. Could be a trap. Could be dangerous. Graham and Yaz are like, somebody needs help. We gotta go. We're Team TARDIS. I really like Team TARDIS. I really love the Friends. So they do. They go to Kerblam. They go to the planet that Kerblam is on. I forget what it's called. It's a moon, though. And they meet Judy, the head of people, because they decide to go undercover to find out who needs help. In order to gain access to the Philian pros and to pose as workers, the Doctor pulls out our old friend, Psychic Paper. It's nice to see the return because it is just totally like a cheat device. Not only does she use the Psychic Paper, but she uses the sonic screwdriver in tandem, and it's great. It's like the most blatant use of sonic screwdriver I've ever seen in any episode of Doctor Who, and it's amazing. There are just tons and tons of fucking creepy robots because it's a delivery service, because Kerblam is completely automated, but is powered by people. And what that means is that 90% of the work is done by machines, but 10% is done by people. And that's because of a government legislation that all corporations need to have at least 10% staffed by actual living people. Yeah. It's a big... I originally thought this was going to be like a stance on like big corporations and eventually how they're going to fully automated and what are we going to do, but it's kind of not about that. So we'll get into that though. The power goes out, which turns out to be a common occurrence for the moon. And yeah, like they just treat it like a big nothing. There we go. There's a physical for Team TARDIS to figure out where they're going to work. and they get locked up with tracking collars around their ankles. Ankle collars, ankle bracelets, boom, done. To track them, they're called group loots. And basically, they're asking Judy, who could need help, things like that. They're trying to get to the bottom of it real fast so the convention can start. And Judy informs them that there are 10,000 employees, and, she couldn't possibly know, even though she's head of people, Go Organics, she can't really keep track of all of them. She warns them about, their rules and stuff like that. And don't get on the conveyor. Don't do it. You'll be fired, terminated immediately. So, yeah. So, the doctor automatically switches jobs with Graham because she's like, I need to go where they're doing the labels because that's where I need to be. And only the purple group loot people can go, so we're just going to switch jobs real quick. It's funny. And so she puts Graham into maintenance. She's like, oh yeah, you'll do good maintenance. Maintenance is great. Graham's like, fine. So Ryan and the doctor get sent to receiving. Yeah, receiving. Where you put the items in the boxes, package them up, and ship them out. We'll ship them down to a conveyor belt, and where it goes from there, Graham goes to maintenance, and Yaz goes to item finding. They call it something in particular, but that's what she does, and everybody is basically on task of finding out what's going on, who needs help. There's 10,000 employees, so it's going to be difficult. The doctor and Ryan meet Kira, who is just a super bright, very happy girl. She's happy to be doing her job, and she keeps a great positive attitude. Yaz meets, I called him nameless, Dan. She meets Dan. And he's like, yeah, things are what they are here, but we gotta keep working because, be careful what you say. Keep working because it's random monitoring at all times. So, yeah. I called him Nameless Poster Dad because he's like, if you're good, you might one day find yourself on a poster. And he shows her a poster of himself. But he's a good dad. He, is doing this job for his daughter because he's paying for her schooling. It's like, I wasn't a good husband, but I can be a good dad. My daughter loves me, she made me this necklace. Right? Robot asks them to keep up. There are robots all over this facility. They're all the Kerblam man, and he's got this super, smile on his face and glowing eyes. And throughout the entire episode, up until the halfway point, I am 100% convinced that this is a Cyberman episode because it just seems perfect. People are apparently going missing. And so, yeah, giant robot work staff. I'm sensing, definitely Cyberman. That's what I'm sensing. But, yeah, Yaz gets a, notice on her little keypad thing. You go down to the 999 to get an antique lamp, and Dan's like, hey, it takes a while to get down there. You're going to totally get lost, so I'm going to go do that because the last person who went there, they never came back. I think they got fired, and I don't want that to happen to you because I like you. And so Dan goes, and he gets kidnapped by robots. I wrote, bye, Poster Dad. Then we meet Mr. Slave. He acts like a total dick. His name is Mr. Slave. And you think automatically if it's not Cyberman, it's him because his name's Mr. Slave. He's a total asshole. And it would make sense, but he's a red herring! Of course he is. So we get to the portion where Poster Dad, aka Dan, runs into a robot down in the 999s, and then they kidnap him. Yaz goes looking for him, of course, because she's Yaz, and she hears him scream. I wrote, he's Scrim. And she's looking for him. She finds her busted scanner that Dan took with him, and then she's surrounded by robots. She gets away, though, and so that's good. And the robots announce that everybody should go on break. And so, they do. We check in with Graham. Oh, I totally skipped this portion. Or I didn't write it down. Graham runs into his own working buddy named Charlie, and Charlie's this sweet kid who is super timid, but he gets his job done. And so, yeah. So back on break, everybody meets up, and the doctor's like, "You need to find out, what's going on. Who might be in trouble. Ask around, get plans, things like that." And Graham's like, "I want to do all that." She's like, "Your maintenance. Nobody notices maintenance. They just go where they want to, and nobody pays any attention to them. You're perfect." And we get a little scene where Charlie and Kira both have a thing for each other. It's super cute and super awkward. It's bad. But after they find out that people are disappearing, Graham updates them with that during the break. Dr. Yaz and Ryan all go to Judy, and Mr. Slave is like, "Hey, what's going on here? I'm the doctor. People are missing, and if I find out that you had anything to do with it, yeah." It's like, these should be reported to the police. They're like, "What police? Kerblam is a sovereign nation or some bullshit." But Judy promises to look into it. Mr. Slave seems suspect, and in my notes I said Judy is probably bad. Because I have a feeling at this point that Mr. Slave is a total red herring. And he turns out to be. So, there's that. Graham does get the plans to Kerblam, the entire, layout map area. He's, talking to Charlie. He's like, "I'm old, and sometimes I get confused, and, I want to get to, the next spill as fast as I can, but I'm going to get lost. Do you have, any floor plans or anything with this place?" And so they get the original floor plans. Stupid. The Dr. Yaz and Ryan have hidden out, and then they break into Mr. Slave's office because, once again, he seems like the most likely cause of disappearing people. I mean, I'm still thinking Cybermen at this point, to be honest. And I'm sure a lot of people did. The Kerblam man gave off a total Cyberman vibe. It just seemed obvious. Once again, another red herring. So, as they're going through Mr. Slade's office, they find documents to show that people have indeed been disappearing, and they're like, "Wow, look at this." And Judy discovers them, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And the doctor's like, "Would you believe that we got lost, ended up in here, and the finally kind of just happened to be open? Would that be, could you believe that?" And Judy's like, "No." She's like, "I didn't think you would." But they talk about it with Judy, and then there's an entire system blackout. All power goes out. Graham appears in Mr. Slade's office with Charlie, and is like, "I got the plans." And Judy's like, "What the fuck, Charlie?" And he's like, "What? He asked for them." Stupid. Power does not come back on. Power still out. But a singular robot is powered on, which they notice, and it attacks Charlie. Oh, man. It's a robot attack, and this is where I figured out it's not Cybermen, because they just ripped the robot's head off, and Cybermen are a little better built than that, so, yeah. It turns out that the system sent the robot to attack them, so the system's attacking. They decide that they need to figure out what's wrong with the system, why the system is disappearing people, so they need the original code, which they get in the best way. By going to the original delivery drone, which is just a simple flying drone. It's great. We cut to a scene of Mr. Slave having a gun for whatever reason, because he is watching them get the original code from Whirly. Whirly's a great name for a robot, and is like, "I don't trust them." Kira goes missing. That's right, robots take her. And Charlie's like, "I gotta find her. I gotta save her because it's not good. It's not good that she's missing." Where was she last seen? She's like, down in shipping. It's not called shipping. It's called something else, but it's shipping, where things get shipped from. And so Ryan's like, I can get us down there, and they're like, there's no path there, but yep, he's like, we're gonna go down the chutes. The chutes that we send packages through, that's perfect. And so they go through. It's called dispatch. I wrote it down. They go down the dispatch chutes. We cut to Kira, who is locked in a room by the robots. Like they're like, you're employee of the day. We're gonna, we got a surprise for you. Like, it turns out that the dispatch tubes are a bad idea, as they are like going supersonic speeds down them, like, But they do land on a conveyor belt. It's great. Everybody's fine. And Ryan high fives Charlie, who falls off the conveyor belt. I wrote down high fives kill, but it just knocks him down to a further conveyor belt, and they jump down on there. They wake up Whirly again because he actually got overloaded by trying to attach him into the system. Actually, no. I'm sorry. He ran out of juice, so they had to repower him. Twirly. His name is Twirly, which is still a great name for a robot. And he is confused by their inquiry. She's like, I need you to do these things. And he's like, I'm super confused. I don't know if I should do this. I'm just like a delivery robot. And Judy's like, come on, you need to do this. These people are missing, and I need you to find them. It's very important. And Whirly is like, having a kind of a identity crisis. He feels like really imposed upon and on the spot. I think Twirly is the best thing so far this season. No, not the best thing, but he's way up there. And if they just wanted to make him a friend on Team TARDIS, I would be 1,000% for that. They're probably not going to do that. But they do patch Twirly into the main system, and it gets rebooted. It gets rebooted by the system. The system's like, I need help. I'm the one who sent the message. And now the Doctor's confused because she doesn't know what to do. Ryan's plan is super dangerous. From the tunnel, from the chutes to the conveyor belts, but they do make it to where Kira is. The Doctor's like, wait, we don't need to take the tubes. Oh, of course, that's why there's no pathways down into the underground area, the dispatch area, because the robots can teleport. We can hack into that. Mr. Slave pulls out a gun on them, because why not? But just as they teleport, Doctor uses that cool pinky poke, takes away the gun, and Mr. Slave explains, like, no, I'm not the one setting these people up to be disappeared. I've been tracking this, and there's nobody to report it to, so I didn't know if I could trust Judy, and I still don't know if I can trust her. So, yeah. But, Ryan, Yaz, and Charlie find Kira. They're watching her as she's opening a special package just for her from the system. And Charlie is freaking the fuck out. He's like, don't open that. Don't touch anything. No. And she gets it's just bubble wrap. And so she's about to pop it. He's like, don't do it. And she pops the bubble wrap and explodes. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that they found a goop of people. Not a group of people, but a goop of people. A big vat of people goop. And tracker loop thingies. Work loops. And anyway, Ryan and Yaz are like, you really seem to know what was about to happen there. And so they find the Doctor, and Ryan's like, Kira's dead. She blew up. And Charlie's in on it. It's like, and so Charlie has this whole speech about how, people are being replaced by robots. It's not cool. It's not fair. So his plan is to use the robots to send this dangerous bubble wrap to people, because they discover an entire army of robots, all with different packages, and the Doctor's like, no, they all have bubble wrap, and it's dangerous bubble wrap, like Cuss Sonic. And he's like, I'm going to use these robots. They're going to blow up just random ass people, and people lose faith in them, and so humans and people are going to have jobs again. Like, it's, like, on the one hand, okay, that's a plan. On the other hand, that's mass murder. Not good. And so, he, like, sets a relay so that they'll all teleport away to their various destinations, because he's been basically siphoning power from the plant and storing it for one massive teleport. And so the Doctor doesn't have a lot of time. She, like, takes the head of a Kerblam man and basically hacks into them, or no. She hacks into Whirly. She has Twirly talk to the system, and then has all the Kerblam men deliver the packages right to where they're already standing. She has them open it up, pop the bubble wrap so they'll explode themselves, and she's trying to talk to Charlie. Come on, Charlie, it's your last chance. Get out of here. But he's, like, among the Kerblam men, trying to, figure out what the fuck's happening, what's going on with his plan, and he gets caught up in the explosion as the Doctor and friends and Judy and Mr. Slave, who's actually a good guy, all teleport away. They ask Team TARDIS to join them because they always need good people for management, and the Doctor lets them know that they are strictly freelance. And as they're in the TARDIS, going to destinations unknown, Yaz says that they need to stop by Dan's daughter's place, or his daughter, and give him back the necklace that she made for him. She wants to honor him because she knows that she would be dead if he hadn't gone in her place. So, yep, that is the episode. Whole episode. Things I liked about the episode. Obviously, I love Twirly. I love the there's like 3 different red herrings in this episode, and to me that's great. That's amazing. And I don't know if I've mentioned this, but the new wormholes through time and space are amazing, and I love the colors and all that too. So, with that in mind, we've come to the end of this video, and so that means tomorrow we're talking about that time I got reincarnated as a slime, my favorite anime of the season, and so I hope you'll join us for that. But until next time, when you do join us again, I'm Fire Princess Lily, this is Fire Princess Reviews, love comics, love cartoons, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!